Well, hey, welcome to the show. I'm here. I have no idea if anybody else is going to be here, but you know what? I'll be here. Well, let's see what's going on here. Oh, trying to get my stuff situated. All right. Well, happy VD, y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. Let me just check to see. Oh, I think it's too late. Hopefully, this is what's going on with my computer. Let me check something while nobody's watching. Hold up. I'm gonna see what's happening here. Let's see. Sound. We're gonna be using this one. There we go. All right. Let's see how this works. I think maybe, possibly, I don't know if it's true, but maybe I've been using the shitty speakers on my computer for a while because YouTube gives you the option and it will kind of default and it'll say use this other thing that's plugged in, but I don't think it's actually doing it. And I think that's why I've been getting that crackle that's been bugging me about this whole thing for a while. And that's the whole reason why one of you generous folks sent me this microphone so that I could avoid the crackle. Well, let's see if there's a crackle tonight because I think I figured out that I actually have to go into my computer settings and select it instead of relying on YouTube to do it. Oh, hey, look at you. Hey, fuck you. Hey, Prince. Hey, Lava. Hey, Lucky. Oh, it's so good to see y'all. Happy VD. I hope y'all are having a good one. I mean, as far as VDs go, it could be a real bad one, or it could be one that's kind of mild. Some of them you can just get through with a simple remedy, or some kind of tincture. Other ones require some heavy duty stuff. So I hope you're having a good one. All right. I'm on the live chat right now, and I did put that on before, like at the very beginning. So hopefully it's catching everybody. We shall see. Anyway, hi, I'm RCola. Welcome to OraCola. Coming at y'all live from Austin, Texas on February 14th, 2024. Happy VD! Happy VD! Everybody knows what that is. Yeah, I spent my whole day working, and then I treated myself to some barbecue down the street. Took it to go because I had shit to do. But I have to say, I was not satisfied with the service. Usually, when I go to this barbecue place, everybody in the line is super friendly and like real nice. The only person who was nice was the regular cashier. Everybody else was new and they were surly as fuck, either surly or indifferent. So I guess all the regular folks who's normally there, who's nice and friendly, is off on VD. So anyway, I was hoping to get a little customer service love, and I got none. But I bought a barbecue, even though it was $3 more than it was last time I bought it, because inflation. Economy's doing so good, we got to pay $3 more for the thing that we bought just a couple months ago for $3 less. That's how it works here in the good old USA. Hey! Oh my goodness. Well, that's what I got for myself. And I even sprung for the dessert. I let the cashier, who was nice to me because she complimented my shirt, upsell me on the chocolate Oreo pudding. And I normally don't get the dessert, but you know what? Because that person was nice to me after all them surly fuckers down the line, I said, you know what? I'm going to spring for this dessert because I deserve some chocolate, even if it's artificially flavored on VD. Yeah. Apologies if I sound more nasal than usual. I know I'm always sniffly and nasally, but I have been through some kind of thing the last couple of days. I took a decongestant so I could be a little bit more clear for the show, but I don't know if it was something the cold front blew in or if I caught like a little cold. I didn't have no fever and didn't have no like body aches. It was all like up here. So I'd just been through it the last couple of days. So apologies if I sound a little bit more crazy than usual. Maybe it sounds the same to y'all. I mean, maybe I'm just always hearing it different. So Anywho, oh yes, it is Ash Wednesday. If you're Catholic or celebrating any of them kind of Jesus religions, happy Ash Wednesday to you. I'm not Catholic, so I did not go to church and get the smear on my head. But I feel like if I wanted to pretend, I could. I could identify as Catholic and put it on my head and walk around town, and nobody would ever question me. Nobody would say a goddamn word about it. In fact, other Catholics who were legit would welcome me because, I was representing. So remember, as long as you got all the accoutrement and you say it and mean it, you're golden. You're golden. Back in my day, we called that a con artist, but things have changed. Anyway, welcome to the show. As y'all know, what I do is I'll be here for about an hour reading the oracles as divine from the universe. And we have a new setup this time. I got me a prize wheel from one of y'all, and I put it together on my own. It took very little time after I actually got into it. I know I bitched about it on the last show, and I even put that in my reel. If you ain't seen my new 2-minute reel after this show, give it a watch, give it a like, give it a comment, share it with your friends. Got to do that plug. But yeah, I was complaining about it because it just sometimes when you look at a sheet of instructions, your brain is like, I can't handle it. Well, once I actually got the stuff out and looked at it, I was like, oh, duh, this is easy. I don't even need this piece of paper. I could just put this together by looking at it. So I underestimated myself, y'all. And I don't want to do that because that lowers my self-esteem. Don't underestimate yourself. You could probably put that shit together. Just keep that in your mind. Anyway, I put it together and we used it last week. We're going to keep using it because I think it's fun. It's the Wheel of Fortunes. And instead of you putting your oracle selection in the chat along with your question, you're just going to ask the question. And then I'm going to spin the Wheel of Fortunes. And we're going to see what the universe says your question should be answered by. And by the way, the Wheel of Fortunes is way more glamorous than it was last time. So the incentive for being the first person to ask a question, you get to see how fancy the Wheel of Fortune has become. Okay, let's check in with the chat, make sure we got everybody on the list. You're on the last bit of home. Okay, we got a question. We asked for one. Okay, so before we get to the oracles, we got to do our ritual. Y'all know I always do the ritual. If you got your own ritual, now's the time to do it. But the first thing I like to do is burn the sacred wood. We're going to burn that sacred wood. Get it nice and hot for VD. VD sometimes makes it burn. So we're just going to hope that it don't burn. By the way, if my mic don't sound good, because I feel like I'm using the one that's here instead of the one that's there, and I think I've been using the one that's there for a while, embarrassingly, let me know how it sounds, if I'm peaking, if I'm popping, if whatever's happening. Just let me know. I can adjust it. All right, we burn the sacred wood, and then we're going to ring the bell, let the universe know we're here. That's just something I felt like doing in the moment. You don't have to do that. Okay. And then we got our pathogen wand, which I don't know if it's working because I've been sniffly, but I'm blaming it on the cedar that blew in with the cold front. That's what I'm saying. All right, we're wiping away the pathogens that might be circulating. Did y'all hear about the Alaska pox? Oh yeah, that's the latest one. Fuck you. You might want to be extra vigilant since you're up there in Canada where it might be closer to you. Alaska's a real far fucking way from Texas. So you might just want to be aware of the Alaska pox in your neighborhood. Just keep an eye on it. Let's see. What else do we do? Oh, yeah. We do our Prospera spray. This is for abundance. We're going to spray this and let the abundance rain down upon us. The good abundance, not the bad abundance. Remember, you got to manifest the good, not the bad. And finally, we got our Florida water chakra anointment. We're going to anoint our chakras all the way down. Make sure they're nice and lubricated before we start the show. Oh my goodness. Apollo is all on a tear. What are you doing, Bubba? He's just like in a mood. Hopefully he don't start barking, because if he starts howling, I'm going to have to get up and deal with it, because the neighbors already complained about it. Anyway. You thought they was talking about RuPaul Drag Race contestants. Oh no, don't you go after them. That could be a whole can of worms you don't want to open. Yeah, it is all bullshit, but here's how I feel about it. When I read the headline, I didn't even bother clicking on the article, because I didn't want to give that article clicks. Because you know what? If I see the man trying to telegraph Alaska pox and I don't click on the article, if enough people don't click on that article, the man's like, this might not work. This might not work. So I'm doing my part. You know, if it gets big enough, it will be unavoidable. The man will find a way to figure out how to tell you it's happening. So I just go by that. Okay. So we did that, and we did the thing and the thing and the thing. We did all the things. So we're ready to do the show. We already have a question. Pardon me. I know, I hear you, Bubba. You're all excited suddenly. He's rolling on the carpet. He's like, I got Alaska pox. Okay. Let's see. Lava Jeans. I'm on the last bit of home organization and have a block as to what I should do next. Should I hire a professional organizer? This is an excellent question. Let's find out. All right. We have our Wheel of Fortunes. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to incorporate it. But let's see. I want to get rid of the shadow. No, the lights. All right, there we go. Oh, yep, everything's opposite in TV world. Okay, this is how it's going to work. You ready? Magic 8-ball. Oh, Karen gets a shout out tonight. All right. Let's see what Karen has to say about you hiring organizers. Here we go. What does this say? Can't even see it. My sources say no. So Karen don't think you should spend the money. Karen thinks you got the answer. You can do it yourself. Also, Karen is a cheap bitch. She would not pay for that shit. Plus, she don't want people sticking her noses into all of her shit. So, yeah, maybe you should just like suck it up and carve out a weekend and get her done. And honestly, you'll be so satisfied if you do. You're going to have so much satisfaction and pride in accomplishing that shit yourself and saying you did all by yourself. You're just going to like be so happy. So that's what you should do. Oh, look, Apollo's drinking water. And I realized this thing is kind of not centered well. It's a little bit better. Hair's a little bit crazy today. It's not behaving. I'm just trying to cover it with this shawl. All right. Well, I hope that answers your question to your satisfaction. If it does not, well, you know, the OraCola is free, so you didn't lose nothing. Yeah, you'll do it yourself. Good for you. All right, we got another question. From Prince. How will the last 2 weeks of my current job be? Oh, you're getting a new job. Well, congratulations. Hopefully, the last 2 weeks will be nice. But let's find out. All right? I'll get it right after a couple of tries. Here we go. Tarot. Ooh, okay. Tarot for Prance in the last 2 weeks, the 2 weeks notice, and the new job coming up. Well, hey, Bubba, you want to say something? You want to say hi? What's the matter, baby doll? What's up, Bubba? Well, Apollo is just saying hello to y'all. I mean, I don't want to move the computer and all the setup and mess everything up so y'all can see him, but he did come and say hi to y'all. And normally he just is asleep in the other room. So he's actually in a mood to hang out. I know, Bubba. I got to do this show. So you're just going to have to chill for a little bit and then I'll take you outside. Okay? But not right now. Not right now. You go hang out in the bedroom or you can sit right here. I don't care. Normally he don't want to sit next to me. He wants me to go in the other room. He's dominant in that way. He's going to go in there and try to get us into some shit. That's usually what happens when I ain't paying attention to him and he wants to go and do something. You need to hang out here. Just lay down with me. Just lay down with me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Prance. Let's see how the job thing's going to go for you. Oh, the cups. Emotions. You know, this is our tarot pull for, oh my God, look at all this hair. This is our tarot pull for the collective for February. And, you know, this is the month of Valentine, so the emotions and all that shit. So, yeah, it could be a time where it might be a little bit emotional or you might feel some feelings. And they could be good feelings, bad feelings, indifferent feelings. Feelings of elation because you've got a new position coming up and you want to just tie up all the loose ends at your old thing and just let bygones be bygones and move on. So yeah, it's going to be a time to kind of like settle into yourself, check in with yourself, let go of the old, bring in the new. There you go. Good luck and congrats on the new job. Let's see. Oh, hey. Oh, Good made it. Hey there. Oh, y'all are sweet to tune in. I did not expect y'all to show up because I know it's special for couples to be together on this day. And if y'all was going to take a night off, I would have totally forgiven. But the fact that y'all came, bless your hearts in the good way and not a bad way. I love y'all. So, yay. Hey, Patrick. All right. Well, we had a visit from Apollo. Even though y'all didn't see him, he came by. He drank some water. It's always a good sign. And we've already had a couple of readings. So sounds like a good night to me. Let's keep it going. All you got to do is put your question in all caps in the chat. And if you're a looky-loo, if you're watching this show and you ain't in the chat, all you got to do is log into your Google account. If you ain't got one, it's real quick and easy to sign up. Don't worry, the man already has all your info. So this is just more like info to give him so he can like collect data on you. If you don't do much with it, he ain't going to collect much. Just saying. Only way that you can get a reading is you got to log into Google and you got to get in the chat. And then you put your question in all caps. And I will spin the wheel of fortunes and we'll see what the universe says should answer your question. It's real simple. Easy going. Everybody's happy. Okay. Ooh, Goog made me a delicious Mediterranean dinner. That sounds wonderful. I'm so happy that y'all are still making dinner for each other. Most couples, after a couple years, 2-3 years, they are done with that shit. They're ordering in together or they're eating separately. Don't ask me how I know. Carrot salad with lemon and yogurt dressing. Ooh, that sounds good. Even though I don't really like carrots too much, I do appreciate a good salad with lemon and yogurt dressing. So I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Ooh, lamb chops. I like lamb. They're yummy. And they're also cute. Cute and yummy. What could go wrong? Okay. It's 9:21, y'all. I do have a lotto ticket. Now, I know we've won the last 2 weeks. We won the last 2 weeks. Can we win again? I don't know. This is something that y'all need to start like manifesting because there's a $5,000 top prize with this lotto ticket. I have not won it yet. And I feel like on VD, I should deserve to win something, especially because I did not get the customer service experience I expected to pay $3 more for my barbecue plate. Just saying. If you want to manifest towards this scratch off being a good one. We got a little while to figure it out. So sending that energy out there. Let's bring it up, bring it down. Okay. Oh, y'all are just like geeking out over food. Of course y'all are. All the families talking about the food. Blah, 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 blah. Did anybody else have any VD plans that they did? Maybe, you don't have to do it at night. You can do it in the morning. You can do it in the middle of the day. You can do it the day before, the day after, because time is a construct and it don't actually matter. Everything's happening at the same time all the time. So what did you have to do for VD? I went to work and I went to the barbecue place. I already told y'all. Then I came home, uploaded a reel, did my makeup, sat down to do this. Pretty much it. Walked the dog a couple times, usual shit. But that's my VD. It's my typical VD as a single lady. And I have to say, it's way better than the VDs where I was expecting a nice time and got a shitty time. Because I've had them before when I was partnered with somebody or dating somebody, and you just like, why? Why does this day have to come around? Why does it have to come around? Because there's so much expectation put on it. And if you don't do it right, and a lot of times you ain't going to do it right, it sucks. It sucks. To do it right, you have to plan. You have to think about it. You have to be thoughtful. You have to consider everybody else's things. It's a whole thing. It's like Christmas for couples. It's like Christmas for couples. And if you get it wrong, it can fuck up the rest of your year. It can fuck everything up till the next Valentine's Day. That's how important it is. People say it ain't. I don't think it's true. I think they think it ain't important, but it probably is. If at the very least, you have to acknowledge it. It has to be acknowledged because it's so prevalent in the culture. You can't just unless you live in a weird place where you don't know the time and the date and you're just kind of meditating in a hut, you might not care about it. But if you're partnered with somebody and there is some kind of love and you're living in any kind of Western culture country, you have to acknowledge this day in some way, even if it's not to acknowledge it on purpose. You have to set out, look, we ain't doing shit on this day. We both agree. You can do the anti-VD. You can put the condom on that corporate shit, but you got to acknowledge it in some way. So I kind of enjoyed this day, even though it was a hard day at work and I had this little sinus thing going on. I still had a way better time than a lot of VDs I've had before. Okay. Patrick has a question. Should we get terrorized? Terrazzo tile. Sorry, I misread that. Should we get terrazzo tile put in the bathroom? I say hell yeah. That shit's fun. I like it. But let's see what the universe has to say. Whew, this lash is bothering the fuck out of me. I don't know what to do about it. We're just going to see this eye get more watery as the show goes on. I apologize. All right, here we go. Figuring it out. Terrazzo or no? Let's see. Oh, the Book of Revelation. That's a saucy one for this question. Let's see what the universe has to say. All right. So we need our random number generator to do this. And I did not pull it up ahead of time. Apologies. let's do this. Okay, so we got 22 chapters in the book of Revelation. We're going to generate a number. Number 5. Okay, chapter 5 in the book of Revelation. And we're going to find out how many verses are in there. Oh, look, we was already bookmarked there. And it's pretty short. There's 14 verses. So we're going to put in 14. 14. And generate 12. Book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 12 for the terrazzo floor in the bathroom. Question. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have the need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Okay, so again, as with all things Revelation, you should look into the context of this because it's meaty. It's a meaty oracle. But I will say, on the surface, it seems like the answer would be yes. If you have an option of terrazzo or not, go with the terrazzo. You know why? It holds its value. It has never gone out of style. It is always popular. Even if it's not as popular, it is popular. So go with the terrazzo. You ain't going to be disappointed unless you hire a shitty contractor. And maybe Fuck You can help you out with that. I don't know. Do you do floors? I know you do roofs. At least that's what you claim. Ugh. Either this eyelash or this something is in my eye. It's driving me crazy. Ugh. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. Goog, my conspiracy theory is that the Osteen church shooter was supposed to be activated or on Ash Wednesday, but there was a scheduling snafu. Well, if you know anything about them big old evangelical churches, you know they don't have an Ash Wednesday is not a big old deal. Like they have some Wednesday services, but there ain't near the people that's there on Sunday. So no, I don't know. I feel like this hair is bothering me. And also, that person was just not able to go through with the plan. You know, they were supposed to slaughter a whole lot more people, and something got into them and they just couldn't do it, or they just couldn't figure out the gun, or whatever happened. That's my theory about it. Because if it was really some kind of government like thing, like the shooters that are allegedly controlled, allegedly, if we're going to go down that rabbit hole, you have to say that they went for it. They did not hold back. Whatever was in them that made them human, like, died. It was dead. But maybe this person, maybe this one was poorly sought out. Like the agent that like formed this person up just didn't do their homework. They didn't know that they was like human enough. You know, it's hard. It's hard to know who's going to be human enough. And maybe this is bad for female shooters. Maybe we have to go back to men shooters. Maybe this is the thing where we lose, you know, aside from all the other shit we lose on. We can't make it as mass shooters. We're not up to the task of mass shooter. We have to actually just not be the mass shooter. We're only good as the victim. It's hard. It's hard to be a woman. But I hate to throw us under the bus like that. I hope they don't try again because I'm not behind the idea of mass shooters. But if the government is actually training them up, monarch slaving them, like making them become what they are and programming them and then setting that thing, the whole Manchurian candidate off, and then they go in and blam, blam, blam in Joel Osteen's church, you better send a man in there because a woman ain't going to get it done. And I hate to say it, but maybe that's what it says. Maybe. I probably just said some shit that YouTube will cancel me for, but Yeah. This is just my off the top of my head thing. I have never actually read any articles, I will say this, about this. Again, I have only read the headlines. Only read the headlines. I have not read any of the articles about this at all. And I just came up with that. It was like a download from the universe. So I don't know. Probably wrong, but anyway, I don't care. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, your pastor met you at the Mexican grocery store. Well, good for you. I'm happy. Good time. It's good when your dealer travels. Always good. That means you don't have to go to them. They come to you. Oh my goodness. Well, after all that, I think we need to cleanse our palate with shit I love. And y'all know I've been doing a new kind of tea since I had the genuine we, and I was not into the tea. So this time I'm doing little things that I love. Yeah, little things I love. There it is. All right. This is a little thing that I love. Vaseline, y'all. And I do buy the off brand because it's the same shit and it's a lot cheaper. But I love me some petroleum jelly. I have always loved me some petroleum jelly. I know that's gross, and a lot of people are like, especially crunchy people are like, ew, petroleum's in the. No, it ain't. It ain't like that. Here's the thing: Vaseline fucking works, and I put it on my lips every night. I always have ever since I was young because I hate the feeling of dry lips, especially in the middle of the night when I've been mouth breathing. I hate that. So I slather up all the Vaseline on my lips. When I had my eye eczema, it was the only thing that helped me during the day keep me from scratching my eyes out. Unlike this eyelash, which I feel like I want to rip off. Can I make it 30 minutes? I think I can. But anyway, Vaseline. If you ain't into the Vaseline, let me tell you, it ain't like that song by the Flaming Lips. It ain't that. It's actually way better. It's this clear kind of goo that it don't really have a smell, don't really have a flavor if you get the pure stuff. And it's real greasy. It's real greasy. It don't it really absorb. It just kind of stays on. And some people, like Martha Stewart, apparently use it on their face after they put on all their skincare because it keeps all your stuff kind of sealed away. So it's like a seal. Now you can't sleep wild. You have to like sleep like a geisha, kind of like this. So you don't smear it all over your pillows. But supposedly that's why Martha Stewart at 80 something don't look half bad because she slathers herself with Vaseline every night. So I even have some right here. I'll put this is iconic. Uh, look for it. Of course, I ain't going to show the brand. It's an off brand, but I keep it next to my computer so I can like slather it. If I've been blowing my nose a lot, I rub it up in my nose. Just to keep everything moist. We like to keep things moist, especially our skin. And I know some people don't like that word. I actually like the word moist. I kind of like it. So, yeah, Vaseline's one of them little things that I love. And if I had to choose a few things to take with me to a desert island that would make me happy, that would keep me happy, Vaseline would be one of them. I tell you, it's been one of my go-tos for a long time. And if you ain't discovered the joys of Vaseline, well, go forth and conquer. Oh my goodness. Let's check in with the chat. Oh, y'all are still on the MK Ultra. Uh, oh my goodness. Well, here's the thing. I don't care if you don't like it, and if you do like it, I like that. We got something in common. All right. It's 9:37, y'all. I was on time. So we're only going to be here about 20 more minutes, 23, 24 maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how this eyelash is bothering me. So if you got a question, put all caps in the chat and we'll spin the Wheel of Fortunes and see what the universe has to say about your issue. Oh, I like the way these earrings kind of slap against my neck. Just kind of feel good. They're not too heavy, but they're sparkly. I like it. I like it. Vaseline is good for when you're sick. Yes, of course. It's good for all kind of shit. I'm telling you, it's good for all kind of shit. Don't sleep on the Vaseline. You might find that it's a good part of your life. Well, if none of y'all have a question, I can always read for the collective because that is what we do here on the OraCola when nobody has a question. So I'm going to spin the Wheel of Fortunes again. It's also good practice for the Wheel of Fortunes. And, we got a tarot for the collective. Tarot times 2 tonight here on the OraCola. Let's see. What should we know for the rest of February or even the next week? Oh, by the way, I do want to say, before I forget, that Dick Wood predicted that the Kansas City Chiefs would win the Super Bowl. Now, I know that this is probably a foregone conclusion because of all the hoopla around it and the whole T-Swift thing and all that shit. But it was predicted here on the OraCola 2 weeks ago that Dick Wood said that the Kansas City Chiefs would win. So that is a fact. It is on my new reel. It's on the old episode if you want to watch all the context around it, just so you know that we knew beforehand. So if you was watching this show and you didn't place your bets on the Chiefs, well, I'm so sorry. You should have listened to Dick Wood. I did end up watching the Super Bowl. It wasn't something that I planned to do, but somebody enticed me with snacks. And I cannot turn down snacks. So I went and actually enjoyed it. It was a pretty good game, I have to say. As far as the man orchestrating a game, a nail biter, he did a pretty good job. I could have done without some of the things that were there. I did enjoy the halftime show. I did enjoy finding the little references and things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Wink, wink. I did enjoy all the dancers. They were good. I enjoyed having actual pole dancers instead of Jennifer Lopez pretending like she was one. So there's a lot that I enjoyed about the show. There was a lot that made me go, and also, funny enough, a friend of mine from way back who was in an OraCola, not an OraCola, in a Cola Sisters thing, was actually in one of the commercials. So, I felt good about supporting my friend watching that show. So I saw the Super Bowl. I was not surprised that it turned out the way that it did because it had been telegraphed many times that was how it was going to go down. But it at least was an interesting and exciting overtime kind of like thing to get there. At least it was fun to watch. There were some twists and turns in that whole narrative that were, intriguing. And I would not recommend watching this unless you got other shit to distract you with, because this is the kind of thing you got to have going on in the background while you're having conversation with other people. And it's on, you're kind of watching it, you're kind of not. And if you miss the play, they're going to replay it like 10 times. So you don't have to worry about missing anything. You can just kind of be there and be present. And you don't even have to worry about missing the commercials anymore. They always release them ahead of time on the YouTube. So, yeah, it's more about community, being together with people and sharing the knowledge that you have that the world is fucked and you're watching it burn on your television. That's what the Super Bowl is all about. No, not from Cooking Good. This is a guest that was on Toning from the Tribulations, and it was somebody who was just exercising in the background. And I won't say who it is because they had to use an alias because, all the SAG and all that. But yeah, they was there in our show, and they was also in a Super Bowl commercial. So I feel like I've won too. Yay. Yeah. Toning for the Tribulations. That's old, like Jim. And it's still up on YouTube as far as I know. You have to go to a different channel. I think it's Camera Cola, youtube.com/Camera Cola. That's where any of the old Cola Sister shit that's up online is going to be. That's the only place it's going to be. It's very little of it, but that is definitely on there. And it's in parts because it was uploaded before you could upload more than 15 minutes at a time. That's how old that shit is. So if you're short attention span, well, you're in luck because it ain't going to be very much longer than 15 minutes each part. But yeah, have fun trying to figure out that puzzle. If you want to know who that was, got to watch all the Super Bowl commercials. And then you got to watch Toning and try to figure out who that person was. That would be a fun quest. But yeah. No, it was not Miss Wiss. Was not Miss Wiss. I have not been in touch with Miss Wiss in a while, but last I heard, Miss Wiss was in Ohio. That's the last I heard. Oh yeah. Oh, all y'all old school folks are like on the sleuth train now. I love it. That's so funny. Oh, I was going to do a collective reading. Let me finish that before we move on. I see Lava threw another question down, so we'll get to it next. Do I know how many episodes? No, I don't know. Do you know how wasted we were when we did that show every time? So wasted. I'm way more sober doing this show. Way more sober. And also, it was a long time ago. I've killed a lot of brain cells since then. So if the memory was there, it has gone. It was well over 100, I have to say, because just based on the number of years that we did it and the number of times we taped every week, well over 100 episodes were taped and put on the air. And I don't know how many over 100, but it was definitely over 100. And most of them are probably lost to history, and probably for the best, especially considering the climate that we live in now with politics and all that shit. So even though it might be sad to miss those little nuggets of truth and wisdom that were dropped, those little bits of comedy that occurred, it is what it is. And whatever got uploaded many years ago to YouTube is all there is. It's just a tiny little taste, and probably not even our best shows. Like, there's probably way better shows that will never see the light of day. Just think of it as like, if you were there and you happened to see it, you was lucky. You was lucky. All right. Back to the collective. What about the next few days? What about the next week? What should we think about? Oh, the swords. We got this. This one keeps coming up, just like the cups. So we got our emotions on one side and we got our intellect on the other. So it's like the mind and the heart are in kind of a conversation with each other. I would say use your smarts. Don't be bowled over by the bullshit. Now, there's going to be some bullshit. Since the Joel Osteen thing failed, they had to do it right with some shooters in Kansas City today. That happened. So probably were men. Just saying, probably were men. But yeah, this person or persons hit the mark. They managed to get a lot of folks. So yeah, don't fall for any bullshit. There's going to be some bullshit coming down your pike. Use your smarts, use your brains, use your common sense. Do a little investigation if you must. Don't go down any terrible rabbit holes. Just yeah, there might be some things that are coming your way that are going to give you pause. And I would say cut through the crap. Just cut through the crap. You know what's right, you know what's wrong. If you're that misguided that you can't follow your gut reasoning, well, you're on too many pharmaceuticals. That's what I got to say. Okay. Should RC put AMA option on the Wheel of Fortunes? Well, it is the Wheel of Fortunes because we don't want to get a copyright on that. But I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Let's find out. Oh, was there another one up here that I missed? No, I think I got it. Okay. Here we go. For RC's AMA on the Wheel of Fortunes. What does the Wheel of Fortunes have to say? Tarot again. What? Oh my goodness. Well, I did test this. It won't always spin to the same thing. So this is just the universe telling us that this is what we need to hear. Okay. The Wheel of Fortunes is a great name. Well, thank you. I came up with it myself just by adding an S to the actual idea. Sometimes the suffix is all it takes to change the whole thing. And I know that a lot of y'all young people don't know what a suffix is. Look it up. Okay. Ooh, the Hermit. There we go. So I don't think so. I think this is like saying, no, we should not have an AMA on there because if we did, y'all might know too much about me. And I like the mystery. I like to keep things a little bit mysterious. So I ain't saying I ain't going to bring out the AMA anything ever again, but we ain't going to put it on the Wheel of Fortunes. No. We got plenty of options on there. And we don't have to always have one that like makes sure that I have to say something that I might not be comfortable saying. I share a lot with y'all. I don't have to share all of it, if you know what I mean. Okay. Let me scroll back up, make sure we didn't miss anything. Is the game that I made winnable? Oh, Google made a game. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortunes has to say. Hopefully it's not tarot again, because I'm kind of tired of that one. Okay. Look at that. The universe is such an asshole. The universe is such an asshole. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Is the game winnable? Let's see. Which one am I feeling? This one. Ooh, the High Priestess. It is winnable, but you gotta like do all the shit that's necessary to appease the goddess in order to win it. Which means you got to know the rules, you got to know the ins and outs, you got to know the secret hacks. So it might be too complicated to win for a regular person. So maybe make it easier, because the High Priestess is a tough nut to crack. She's very mysterious, and she's not necessarily going to give you the right answer right away unless you prove that you're willing to deserve it. So yeah, maybe it's winnable, but only if you're willing to go on the quest. And maybe that's what you want for your game. I don't know. Only you can answer that part of the question. But right now, it's a little bit too esoteric for the most folks. And if you want a game to be popular, let's face it, you got to make it easy enough for most people to win. Most people are really stupid and lazy. I hate to say it, but it's true. Most people are stupid and lazy. Maybe not stupid in every way. They might be good at math, but they might be stupid at some things, which makes your game unwinnable. So you might need to tweak it a little bit. You know, go for the more mass appeal because when you want to get into the game business, you need mass appeal. It needs to be exciting for the most amount of people. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Goog programmed a computer card game. Okay, well, see, there's your answer. Just need to make it a little less Kasparov and a little more whoever you know that plays chess on a hobby. Okay, it's 9:50. What 3? Is that what I see? Yes. If anybody else has a question, we got time to answer it. Put it in the all caps in the chat. If you don't have a question, well, you can just hang out. You can like the show. Click that like button. That's easy. Takes you no time to do that. If you feel like leaving a comment, oh my God, leave a comment. So easy to leave a comment. And yeah, that's all we got going on. I think I might do another thing that I love just to, because it's Valentine's Day. And we need to love something. This is okay. So this is going to require some explanation. But a little thing that I love so much that I take it with me everywhere I travel is the ball sock. What is a ball sock? You say, well, it's this. And it's close by because I keep it next to me. It is, I know it's kind of dirty looking, but trust me, it's just the dog hair. It is a long ass sock with a tennis ball in the bottom. What? What do you say? What is that for? Well, let me tell you what it's for. If your back is hurting, if your feet's hurting, if you need to rub a muscle, you can put it against the wall, put this sock over your shoulder, and then just get in there and get that muscle all worked out. And let me tell you from experience, it's best to do it where there's a little bit of a, what's that thing called? Trim. So there's a little bit of trim between like the wall and the door. So there's like this much so it don't like slide off. But you can do it on a flat wall too. It's just better to have like a surface that you can dig in there. If you're on the floor, you can use it. It's not quite as like wide use as a foam roller, but it'll do in a pinch. Also great for your feet. And you can just keep this sock in your hand and roll your feet on it, and it's not going to roll away from you when you just get into the moment and you're like, and then suddenly it rolls away and you got to get up and ruin the whole moment. This thing has been my friend for I don't know how many years. And I can't remember how I knew about this. I'm sure I did not come up with this myself because I ain't that smart. But when I found out that you could put a tennis ball in a long ass sock, and that could be your best friend and masseuse, and it costs hardly nothing, especially if you just get a tennis ball from the park. You know, one of the like come out of the tennis ball court and they didn't pick it up. That's a free tennis ball. And then a sock, you can find one. If you don't got one, you can just buy one at Goodwill or whatever. Just make sure it's long enough so that you can like put it over your shoulder because you want to hang on to that bitch because you don't want to lose that ball, sorry. If you lose the ball, you can do this with a regular ball without the sock, but the sock part keeps it contained. And that's the part that makes it real useful. because you can just get in there and just like start rubbing like a bear on a tree and just like get all them muscles in your back. And it feels so good. And you can do this while you're watching TV. And it's just so wonderful. So wonderful. So, highly recommend if you do not have a ball sock, figure out how to make one. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Just don't let your dog get a hold of it because they think it's a toy. And then it's ruined because it's got full of dog slobber. All right. Well, y'all, it is 9:57. I have been here about an hour. I do have a lotto ticket to scratch off, so I will get to that. I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. I know we started with a few more folks that are gone, but guess what? I don't care. I'm just happy that y'all came out to hang out with me on VD because I know that it's a cultural holiday and you feel obligated to participate, and I know it's a whole thing, but not everybody has a partner, and sometimes you just need a place to go where you got family and friends who can uplift you, even if it's for an hour, and even if I go off on a rant about something that's controversial. I know y'all understand. So I'm going to scratch off this lotto ticket. Hopefully y'all manifested that it's a winner because we had 2 winners in a row, and we definitely want to win the 3rd time in a row, especially on VD. We definitely want to win on VD. All right, here's our numbers that we got. And remember, we just got to match the number to the winning number to the other numbers. Unless we get a symbol, which we never get the symbol. We ain't got one of the symbols yet, as far as I can tell. All right, here's our numbers. Did we win? Ooh, there's that 5,000 there. All right, let's see. Hoping for 5,000. And the winner is... Oh, shit, we didn't win nothing. We had 11 as our winning number, and we did not get any of the numbers in the card. Well, you know what? We won 2 weeks in a row, so I guess we can't ask too much from the universe as far as the lotto ticket goes, but that's all right. You win some, you lose some, you live and you learn, you love and you hate, you forget and you forgive, all that hoo-ha. So, I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to be here next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central on youtube.com/channelrcola. If you got friends that you think would enjoy the show, please invite them to participate in the live chat with you, or at least watch it, or at least send them the show, or watch it later again, or let it play while you're in your car. You know, all of you's help. All of you's help. I'm just going to live my life, pray for weather not to get bad enough for me to drag them fucking aloe veras back inside, because it's going to get cold this weekend, but not down to freezing. I think I can leave them outside because I don't want to have to bring all that shit back in. Y'all keep your fingers crossed for me. You know, in Texas, February, you could get a cold snap like, you know, the whole snowpocalypse happened on Valentine's Day, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. This is when it happened. Normally, this is a little bit too late for that shit to happen, but hopefully, if we get through this next weekend, it's supposed to get cold, but not that cold. We will have got through the shit, and I won't have to bring them fucking aloe veras back inside. It's the little things that make me happy, and that's one of them. Little things I love, not bringing my plants in. I love that. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. I love you. Bye.